Salt Lake City. You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. Pivotal conference matchup tonight. Teams jockeying for positioning, heading toward Kansas City in the Big 12 tournament. Huntsman Center tonight, K-State. They've won 6 of their last 7, taking on a dangerous Utah team coming off a dangerous here at home. They're 13-3 at the Huntsman Center, and they won 5 of their last 6 home games, including that big win here Saturday night against Kansas.
Coleman Hawkins we'll talk about. He's got his hands on the ball, number 33 in the black uniforms.
Doug McDaniel missing a 3, and Gabe Madsen pulls it down for Utah.
Utah got off to a great start the other night on Saturday here, running Gabe Madsen off of a slew of screens. And you're going to see him, his movement off the ball is as impressive as his shooting ability.
Ezra Ausar. Step back on the baseline by Ausar, the transfer from East.
Utah doesn't have a real big margin for victory, right? They have to do a lot of things really well. One of them is creating opportunities and turnovers.
Max Jones down the lane, gets to the bucket and ties the game. Open, and the 3 is short for Mike Sharif-Jumps. Doug McDaniel from the corner, and a 3.
His ability to reload, and then the shooter has to know on that drive, can you get to a spot where he can find you?
Ball knocked away by Doug McDaniel. Long outlet pass, and the lay-in racing up the floor, David Gasson. 7 straight for K-State. One of the big reasons he went to Baylor is the Kansas State head coach, and Jerome Tang.
Really good job defensively against Gabe Madsen early.
And a foul, it's on David Gasson, and Madsen will shoot free throws for Utah.
Catch and shoot from beyond the arc.
Yes, he's got 35 attempted in the last 2 games, including 22 against Cincinnati.
18 of those in the second.
Defensively by Max Jones, considering he knows Ausar is not a threat. Daring him to shoot it, knowing Ausar wanted to drive. Is David Gasson given the bucket, the goaltend on Zach Keller of Utah.
There's 2 things. One, it's a great screen on the weak side, but today.
Good look for Brendan Hassan, who comes up empty.
You beat Kansas. Places rocking. You come back in a very short turnaround. What's your attention to detail?
Miro Little darts to the basket. Team an assist, and he comes away with a steal. The give and go to Jake Wallin. And the drop off and the block shot. Lawson Lovering will head to the line, which is an adventure as the second foul.
35%. But I will tell you this, he spent at least, and you only trailed by 2. I think if you're Craig Smith, you're going to be okay with that. You've turned it over. Good action right there. Movement just completely fell asleep on the back line of the defense for Kansas State.
And the reaction from the crowd you just heard, because they showed the replay here inside the Huntsman Center. They disagreed with the call. Nice pass. Ugana Onyenso, the dunk, and the pretty feed from Coleman Hawkins. Already 3 assists for Hawkins tonight. Jake Wallin. First 3. A shooter like Brendan Hassan. The floater short from C.J. Jones. And the rebound grab by Keanu Dawes for Utah. The drop off, Miro Little. Lawson Lovering rams it home.
Little's played well. I mean, he has been aggressive. He got 2 points early, but setting up his teammates, his second assist of the game. A loose ball, diving out of bounds to try to regain possession.
And a 3, the stroke from David Castile, the freshman who's been scoreless in each of the last 4 games he has played in. And he did not even get into the game against BYU Saturday night.
Well, 87% of his makes this season are from beyond the arc. So the scouting report you need to be attached when he catches it from deep. 13 of his 15 makes.
Miro Little to Lawson Lovering again. Shot clock down to 5. Doug McDaniel Off balance, and the runner by Doug McDaniel.
And he can get to pretty much anywhere he wants to on the floor at any time. He's got such a quick first step, Roxy, and he sees a spot he can elevate up and finish over the top. He's got great touch in the paint.
And as you've highlighted, he's really coming on for Kansas State. Back door. And one, Keanu Dawes, and there's the passing.
Good defense, 10 rebounds. He made a lot of real positive plays and a good job. And that's how you get more playing time. I mean, his minutes had dropped. Plays well the other night, comes back here tonight, and he's playing really productive basketball.
Ezra Ausar, the reverse on the baseline. Largest lead for Utah.
After going stagnant offensively to start the game. Remember I said 9-7, only 20% shooting. Now they've made 5 out of the last 6, and they've got some control in this game.
Coleman Hawkins, and an offensive foul, the hook, and the second on Hawkins. Since Utah went 1 for their first 7, the Utes have made 7 of their last 11 shots. Ezra Ausar knifes his way through the key. He'll get to the foul line. 57% foul shooter. Ausar nailed Louisville and Cameron Indoor. 7 Eastern on ESPN2 as Ezra Ausar hits both. And a Utah team that has really labored at the foul line this year. They are 6 for 7 from the stripe to start this game.
That's being kind. They're almost dead last in college basketball.
There's only 2 teams worse. Over the top of the drop in for Moby Ikegarike. Jake Wallin glides in.
If you're giving up points to the paint like this, though, I mean, just one, an easy pathway.
Utah's a team, just to put a vote on the foul in the free throw discussion. It's Doug McDaniel launching a 3 for Kansas at the free throw line than Utah. Ezra Ausar. And his shot blocked. And David Gasson pulls it down. Terrific defense by Moby Ikegarike. Hunter Erickson whistled for the foul. After both teams got off to slow starts offensively, they're finding their rhythm and finding their offensive game here the last number of minutes. As right on cue, Max Jones nails a 3.
Little counterattack, right? Start to shift the defense, going above the rim. And then he left it short because of it. He shot it on the way down.
Austin Lovering denied.
What a block.
Lugana Onyenso.
Onyenso just did an excellent job defending with his chest, his hands off. Watch as he takes this on the chest a couple times and then just goes straight up. Beautiful timing.
Transfer.
Aggressive in attack. Can't settle for long-range three-pointers on a consistent basis.
Max Jones, who lost it going up, got it back, drops it in, and K-State takes the lead. At 7. Rather 6 to lead Utah. Lawson Lovering. And a foul, it's on Lugana Onyenso.
And change your resume and how it looks right now, especially in a lot of these conferences.
Lawson Lovering. Whoa, 2 for 2.
Utah, they need to get number 55 some looks. Kansas State has essentially made life difficult for him in every way, shape, or form. Only 2 3-point attempts in the first half.
They've gone about 5 minutes without a made field goal. And it rolls in for Gabe Matson.
For him in the final 3 minutes of this first half to get him freed up and to gain some touch and some.
Put him as the #1 person at the top of the board of the scatter report. We can't let him get looks.
They talked about it for a good 20 minutes today. Every play they ran through, they said you got to stay attached.
Brendan Hassan.
He had 12 points, 3 of 8 from deep at BYU. Now, this is a matchup Coleman Hawkins needs to aggressively attack.
Max Jones. Only head coach to lead 2 different schools to the Final Four twice. So he took Kansas State to the Final Four in 1948 and 1951. And then he took Utah to the Final Four.
And his lower body is in rhythm with his upper body. The shot comes off really nice.
Smith about this. There's so many people in his ear. Hassan missing a three, but kept alive by Kansas State. Max Jones to the bucket. And a foul will get Max Jones to the line.
I love the way Max Jones is playing. 10 shooting, only 1 rebound, and you look at how he's played here.
What Max Jones has been doing.
When you have so many transfers, and we see this across college basketball. A lot about Coach Tang is when you lose 6 straight games to start conference play after winning your first, it might be easy just to shut it down and be like, guys go in their individual foxhole. That has not been the case for Kansas State.
A foul is called, and it's on Kansas. One more for Dawes.
Second half of the NBA is going to be wild. I mean, all those the trades that went down at the death.
7-second differential. Doug McDaniel. Teardrop. And the rebound, Keanu Dawes. Here come the Utes. Miro Little. Little to the basket. And that'll take us to halftime. Tied at 32. Kansas State and Utah tightly contested first 20 minutes.
Create a little bit of a home court environment. The problem is defensively, Kansas State's done a really good job.
Pull-up jumper. And the first points of the night for
Tang consistently said when Gabe Madsen does get a 3-point shot, the number one thing we have to do is box out. They're not doing it.
And the lay-in, Ezra Ausar for Utah.
That's the second offensive rebound on that possession by Ausar. Who's working harder than number 2 in white? I'll give you a hint. Nobody. He's got 3 offensive rebounds in the last 2 trips down the floor. And he got the defensive rebound at the other end.
Lawson Lovering to the bucket.
Those are little things in transition. You think about, like, this Utah team held Kansas to only 2 fast break points. Tonight, they've only given up 2 fast break points.
Again, Utah on the offensive glass. And a foul, the third on David Gasson.
And Jerome Tang is talking to his team about, hey, can you match the intensity?
In Provo, over on ESPN at 9 Eastern tomorrow night. Number 2.
That matches their largest lead. 6 of 8 now from the free throw line for Lawson Lovering. He's got 12 and 6. He has had an outstanding game so far.
Kansas State in desperate need of a bucket. And Doug McDaniel buries a 3.
Every time they need one, we saw it in the first half when they tightened things up and made it 21-25.
Ezra Ausar underneath.
They just pin and sealed him on the high here.
Lawson Lovering backing his way into the lane. And the foul is on David Gasson, his 3rd, and Lovering who's...
Let's put into perspective here what we're seeing. But it is something that they've been focused on and trying to make sure that they get a little bit better at. There's a couple games that if they shot this percentage at the free throw line, they'd be in a lot better position as far as tournament resume goes.
Here come the running Utes. Jake Wallin, the drop-off, Lawson Lovering. Largest lead of the night for Utah.
And 15 for Lovering.
And they've outscored Kansas State 12-3 to start the second half. Coleman Hawkins on a step back and his first points of the night.
Well, he has to start to become a little bit more assertive as a scorer. The team is struggling around him right now. He's a guy that can score the basketball and utilize his versatility to create matchups where he has an advantage. I get that he can pass the ball.
Ezra Ausar makes a tough shot.
Of the night so far for Utah. Good contest.
And a 3.
Tough shot.
Brennan Hassan, his second 3. And a foul. Jerome Tang wants the goaltend call.
And they're saying it was a contact to the rim.
It was not reviewable, but because the goaltending was called, Now they can go to the monitor to see about the call.
Watch as the ball's on the rim. Contact made with the iron. Is that going to be enough for the officials to say, okay, yeah, this will be a good look here. Yeah, ball's on the rim.
And
be consistent in the call. And as a player, you have to adjust to how the game is being officiated. And this game's been officiated correctly in that regard.
over the top to Caleb Lowe.
Offensively, him and Lovering have been the two players, and they've drawn a combined 7 fouls against the interior of Kansas State.
Just one on the shot clock. And from the corner. How about that shot? Brendan Hawson. The 15-game road losing streak when they won earlier this month at Iowa State, ending the Cyclones' 29-game home court winning streak. And Max Jones drives, will get to the line.
Utilize some of that aggressiveness we've seen out of Utah and get to the...
And the roll, it goes for Max Jones despite...
Defense by McDaniel. He hasn't gotten the scoring column here in the second half. He hasn't been overly aggressive as far as looking for a shot. He hit the 1 3-pointer, and that's it.
Miro Little to the basket for Utah.
But defensively, McDaniel's been locked in on Gabe Madsen. He's been everywhere.
Ezra Sarr, and has it deflected. Pushing it, David Gasson for Kansas State. And that will get it to the line before the shot. They're going to call it on the floor. Gasson, a 59% foul shooter. And he'll get the bonus. And the rebound, Jake Wallin for Utah. Wallin spots up in the corner. And a three for Jake Wallin. Timeout, Utah. They're going to...
Fourth block of the game. Look out.
Ezra Sarr off the inbound. K-State.
It's been over 5 minutes since a made field goal for K-State.
What point do you bring back Coleman Hawkins?
I don't think that Coleman Hawkins has been that down low in the block, where I think that he can be very effective as a scorer. I like the lineup that they have and the length that they have underneath.
And a foul on Onyenso will send Lovering to the line.
I like how he's holding his fall. By the way, with 13 points, he did pass 1,000 when he passed the 9-point mark tonight.
Gasson blocked by Lawson Lovering. Gabe Madsen, three.
What's impressed me tonight for Madsen is his pivot.
Utah's 2 for 18 from 3. Doug McDaniel spins. 5 on the shot clock. Tough three from the corner, falling down. Brendan Hawson for Kansas.
Release is quick and good and consistent, Roxy. He gets that upper body squared, and that release is very consistent.
And a hold off the ball will send Hawson to the line, a 1-and-1.
That's
4:11 to go. It's now a 3-point game.
I don't know if it's the right play. To me, I think you got to trust that.
Doug McDaniel. Here's Hawkins. Gets inside the scoop, and we're tied inside 3.5 to go. Down in the second half, and a 7-0 run by Kansas State to tie the game. Miro Little drops it off to Ezra Sarr's clobber. And the foul is on David Gasson, and that's his 4th foul with 3:04 to go. And Craig Smith, son of Kansas State. And our officiating crew is still at the monitor to check and see if it should be upgraded to a flagrant 1.
They've been over there the entire break. They have 2, by the way, at the free throw line tonight.
Are these the toughest free throws with nobody in the line?
Same time, it's kind of like when you're after practice and you're out there by yourself and there's nobody there.
That ends the 7-0 K-State run. And now, after the flagrant one, the ball inbounded by Utah.
Good job.
Poked away by Coleman Hawkins. 3-on-2 for K-State. And the runner by C.J. Jones ties the game again.
Really good job defensively that time, being active and forcing that pass over the top to get the deflection and the run out.
First points of the night for Jones.
They stay in the zone. I love what the zone has done here in the second half and the few possessions they've gone to it.
Miro Little weaves his way in the lane. Miro Little puts Utah back on top. Timeout, Utah.
Attention.
That U.S.-Canada game on Saturday night.
A little contentious.
Right at the opening drop of the puck. And a step back. Doug McDaniel missing a three. And Utah secures the rebound here with 2:15 to go.
Back to man-to-man this possession. Kansas State's done a nice job mixing up their defense, trying to force them to feel a little bit uncertain about what they're running. It's 15 seconds, they finally get into their action.
Gabe Madsen.
That is a defensive breakdown by Coleman Hawkins right there. You've got to read that Gabe Madsen's coming off, and you have got to show and put a hand up. He did not.
Tie-up, it belongs to Utah. Team fouls 8 aside here in the second half. Utah's 2 timeouts remaining. K-State has 1. Coleman Hawkins. Nice find inside at the rim, and 1. David Gasson.
That's another one.
Jake Wallin grabs the miss. Madsen challenged in the lane. Another Utah offensive rebound. And it curls in. Ezra Ausar +1.
Fitting.
Max Jones. And Ezra Ausar. Perfect 5 for 5 from the line. 19 points. 21 offensive rebounds for Utah tonight. Timeout, K-State.
What a shot by Hawkins. Get the pressure and try to see if they can create a turnover here.
And a foul on the inbound, and a block is called on C.J. Jones. The 10th team foul on Kansas State. And the double bump shot for Erickson, the senior from Provo, who began his college career playing for BYU.
You can set that screen action, see if you can get somebody in the paint, get to the free throw line, but then you got to start thinking about pressing into fouling.
Deep 3. Oh, what a shot, Brendan Hawson.
Logo 3.
He hit that one from South Jordan. Just staying in bounds. Deflected. Picking up the loose ball. Coleman Hawkins.
2-point game. You don't need the 3.
Doug McDaniel. Step through. Missed the layup. David Gasson falling down with the rebound and a travel on Kansas State. Jake Wallin fakes the baseball pass. Bounces it in. Strip from Hunter Erickson. And Utah escapes the backcourt. Shot jumps. Max Jones on the drive. Lays it in. 13.9 to go. And a foul will send Gabe Madsen to the stripe at the other end. 2 shots. Shooting 2. Too strong.
I think Utah's going to look to foul right away.
Here comes Doug McDaniel. Hawson trying to get a look. Short on the 3. Ezra Ausar the rebound and a foul.
Coach Smith was calling for his. Man, he's been good at the line tonight. What a game for him. And shooting 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Now 7 for 7. 5 seconds to go in a 2-possession game. And Max Jones throws it away. That'll do it. And a huge 2 victories at home for Utah over Kansas and now Kansas State.
You're talking about a player in Ausar who all effort tonight, dominated this game. When you